Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Hope all y'all are warm and having a beautiful Saturday. And shout out to the veterans. This is y'all's weekend. And don't worry, I got you on Monday. But we got to talk about what you see on the screen, folks. Now, I want to say last week, I did a live saying the white vote was going to doom us all. I said, let me make this a whole series now. This might be 5 installments. Right now, we're on number 2. They will doom us all. Episode 2, Conservatives Can't Read. Now, this weekend is unfortunately the 3-year anniversary of George Floyd getting taken out by Chauvin. And of course, conservatives are using this weekend to highlight the fact that that man deserved what he got. Told you, conservatives, stupid, you're going to run into a wall that you're not going to like. Because remember, y'all were being oppressed a couple years ago for your views and you didn't like it. Now you're trying to reverse the issue with not only George Floyd, but you did it with Jordan Neely. You did it with Tyree Nichols until people called you out on it. You don't want to go down this road. This is going to be 3 years again. You don't want this. But, conservatives are hard-headed. So we're going to do it like this, family. We're going to do it like this. We're going to show you why they were all up in arms and running around. And actually, most of them had the gall to say that Derek Chauvin should be released. Oh, yes, they said it. But let's see who we have in the building before we start. We have, I don't know if Miss Jazzy's still here, but hello. Shamika Gray, hello. PGH Big Dog, hello. And DSB, good morning. That's right, folks. You heard what I said. Conservatives want us to believe that George Floyd deserved what he got and Chauvin should be released. Why do I say that? Well, did y'all know that Derek Chauvin is trying to appeal his sentence? Oh, yeah, he's been doing it. He's asked the Minnesota Supreme Court to review his case. White supremacists just can't take an L now, can they? But we'll show it to you. Tabernacle. Via CNN. Blacklight, hello. Dominic Bright, hello. Derek Chauvin asked Minnesota Supreme Court to review his murder conviction weeks after appeals court denied his request for a new trial. What's the matter? The food ain't what you used to? Can't get no women's? Can't get no extra income? I mean, you could get extra income in jail. You're just going to have to press license plates or go clean up a highway. Maybe they should send you to the chop zone. Maybe they should send you over there. Let's start again. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin has asked the state Supreme Court to review his murder conviction for the 2020 killing of George Floyd a month after an appeals court denied his previous request for a new trial, court's documents show. In the documents filed Wednesday, Chauvin's attorneys cited many of the same reasons from their previous filings to the Minnesota Court of Appeals, arguing again, among other things, that the district court deprived the former officer his right to a fair trial when they denied his request for a change of venue despite pervasive adverse publicity. Sir, okay, let's ask this question, family. Now, for those who don't know, lawyers can ask for a change of scenery or a change of venue if they feel as though the current county, whoever they pick as a jury, is going to be biased. Sir, you killed a man on somebody's video. The entire world saw it. Where were you going to go that there wasn't going to be bias, sir? See, again, conservatives can't read. Let's just say, for argument's sake, they took it out of Hennepin County. Let's just say they put it, I don't know, southern Minnesota. What if southern Minnesota was racist? Isn't that bias? They're going to get you off. then the court, the prosecution has an appeal. You take it anywhere else in this country, there's bias. You might have gotten retried, and conservatives would have been pissed off. But once again, conservatives can't read. So we're going to help them today. I'm going to read for them. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to read even slower because we know how conservatives are. They really can't comprehend and they can't sound out syllables. So we're going to help them. Chauvin's attorneys said these reasons were grounds for a new trial and asked the state's highest court to grant a review of the appeals court decision. The Minnesota Supreme Court has not yet said if it will review the decision. I know those were a lot of big words for you guys. I get it. But that's what we're here for. This is New Black Media. We're going to help you because we know conservatives can't read. And that goes for everyone. Chauvin was found guilty in April 2021 of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. He was sentenced to 22 and a half years in prison, which exceeded Minnesota's sentencing guideline range of 10 years and 8 months to 15 years. Chauvin later pleaded guilty to federal charges of violating Floyd's criminal rights and was sentenced to 21 years in prison to run concurrent with his state sentence. Body cam and bystander video that captured the final moments of Floyd's life on May 25th, 2020 shows Chauvin kneeling on the 46-year-old black man's neck and back for more than 9 minutes as Floyd gasped for air and told officers, "I can't breathe." Now remember, conservatives also told you that he was faking it. Like they thought Eric Gardner was faking it. And now both of those men have transitioned. Because once again, conservatives can't read. Whether it's a book, an autopsy report, which we will get to, or body language or people talking. They can't read. Floyd's death ignited prolonged protests across the country over police brutality and racial injustice. An investigation by the State Department of Human Rights, launched a week later, found Minneapolis and its police department engaged in a, quote, pattern of practice of race discrimination, according to its 2022 report. How much you want to bet conservatives did not read that? We have the data. We actually polled conservatives and asked them, did you read that 2022 report? You know what they told us? Because once again, conservatives can't read. Ask a conservative, they can't articulate something that they read. These were probably not the conservatives who had to do current events in school. You know, read a news article or a magazine article and write what you read. Give us a synopsis of what you read. This is why they go to Breitbart. This is why they go to the Blaze. And look what happens. Every time they open their mouth, they get dumber. Shout out to the dumb conservatives. Let's continue. Chauvin is currently incarcerated at the Federal Correction Institute in Tucson, Arizona, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons website. The prison is a medium security federal correctional institution with a detention center, according to the website. In his April 2022 filing to the State Court of Appeals, Chauvin's attorney, William Mormon, listed more than a dozen aspects of the case and trial that he argued tainted the proceedings and rendered them structurally defective, CNN previously reported. You mean like the body cam footage that showed you kneeling on this man's neck while he was saying, "I can't breathe"? The initial interaction, the witness testimonies, the character witnesses. I even think they had your ex-wife up there. Yeah, that tainted it, right? That tainted your case. F what you did. That stuff tainted your case. Got it. Oh, I'm gonna offend some white conservatives today, and they're black bootlicks, and I don't care because I finally embrace villainy. Y'all finna learn. Do your 80%, sir. It's okay. You'll be out in 15, 16 years. You'll be okay. The list included extensive pretrial publicity and protests outside the courthouse, as well as the city's announcement during jury selection that would pay a $27 million settlement to Floyd's family. That's called a civil suit, sir. Civil has nothing to do with the criminal. And if it did influence it, there's something called a mistrial. They didn't do a mistrial. See, y'all were cool when the judge in Kyle Rittenhouse case was showing him footage and putting his arm around him and all that. Y'all were cool with that. Y'all were cool with all that unnecessary, this is not standard procedure stuff when it came to Rittenhouse. But when it came to Chauvin, he got a fair trial. Funny thing, family. Let's see. That trial was April 2021, right? Yeah, that was April 2020. No. Yeah, they said April 2021. When he get convicted. Was it April 22? Yeah, April 2021. Funny thing, 7 years prior, George Zimmerman he had the same amount of attention. Same amount. I'll say comparable. We'll say comparable. He got off. Hmm. Interesting. Chauvin and his attorney also asked the appeals court to review whether the venue should have been changed, the jury fully sequestered, or the trial delayed because of pretrial protests and media coverage. Again, Zimmerman went through the same thing, and he got off. Probably should have studied his case. The appeal to the lower appeals court also accused prosecutors of misconduct, alleging the state's attorneys failed to properly disclose discovery information to adequately prepare prosecution witnesses. In the 50-page decision affirming Chauvin's conviction last month, a 3-judge panel of the Minnesota Court of Appeals upheld the conviction, holding in part that Chauvin failed to show actual prejudice. At the time of Chauvin's sentencing in June 2021, Judge Peter Cahill wrote in a memorandum that the case warranted a harsher sentence because Chauvin, quote, abused his power of trust and authority and treated Floyd without respect and denied him the dignity owed to all human beings. So there you go. Sounds like they got it right. Take your L. Take your L. But like I said, family, conservatives can't read. And it's quite a shame because we would have a lot better breed of conservative if they knew how to read. Why do I say that? Well, remember what I told y'all about the autopsy? This is mainly why the show sparked off for me. Tabernacle. I'm going to blow this up. Now, on Twitter, this was circulating 2 days ago. Again, that was the anniversary of George Floyd passing. This idiot named Matt Wallace, who is an Elon Musk shill, put this up. Breaking news. George Floyd full autopsy release. Says no life-threatening injuries identified and reveals high levels of multiple additional toxic drugs on top of the fentanyl that was initially reported. Now, folks, I eat a lot of fish. Hold on. We shall find out, Blacklight. You said drop my membership link. We could do that. Give me 1 second. But yes, folks. The autopsy was released. The autopsy. You know what an autopsy is, right, family? You do. Yes, you do. An autopsy is where they take a dead body and they examine to find cause of death. So if you guys click that link, it'll take you to my main page, and you could hit the join button and help the show continue. But anyway, back to what I was saying. That's what an autopsy is. So he puts up a screenshot. It says 3, no life-threatening injuries identified. A, no facial, oral mucosal or conjunctival petechiae. No injuries of anterior muscles or of neck or laryngeal structures. No scalp, soft tissue, skull, or brain injuries. No chest wall, soft tissue injuries, rib fractures other than a single rib fracture from CPR. Vertebral column injuries or visceral injuries. Incision and subcutaneous dissection of posterior and lateral neck shoulders, back, flanks, and buttocks, negative for occult trauma. Viral testing says that he tested positive for the coffee venereal disease. His hemoglobin, quantitation, post-mortem femoral blood, HHE laboratory 38%. See comments below. They didn't show that. Blood drug and novel psychoactive substances screens, fentanyl, norfentanyl, 4-AMPP, methamphetamine, 11-hydroxy delta 9 THC, codenine positive, caffeine positive, some other stuff. So they put this up, and he got 6.5 million views on it. He thought he did something impressive. Here's the thing. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. This autopsy was released in 2020. The medical examiner, Dr. Andrew Baker, testified that subdural restraint and neck compression was the main cause for Floyd's death. Readers should also note that the autopsy this page is sourced from concluded Floyd's death was a homicide. Okay, let's play the game. Matt Wallace, you're an idiot. Oh, okay. That goes to channel. I need the join button. Go to monetization and studio. Hit memberships. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. Wait, that might be the same thing. Well, let's see if it's this one. It looked like the same thing. Well, there's that. If that's not it, then I'll probably put it in the description box. Sun kissed by the Most High. Good morning. Let's play the game. Okay. Number one, this is why I said conservatives can't read. Matt, why would you? Because I want y'all to focus on this family. Actually, we'll get out of this. Matt, why would you screenshot the second page? Now, I could understand if this was the page after, like a cover page or cover letter. I could understand that. Sir, you screenshotted the second page of the autopsy. Then what made it worse is, where is it? Let's click the actual thing. What made it worse, sir? Then you put this up. Okay. We're going to play.
3 years later, and the rabbit hole is continuing to get deeper and deeper as we now have breaking news coming out. I'm about to show you this piece of footage right here that will change the way you see this. Breaking news: George, the full report released, no injuries identified that would have caused him to lose his life. Also reveals high levels of multiple.
By the way, this is Matt Wallace talking.
Other toxins besides the one we already knew about in the initial report. You can see the full report right here, already at 24,000 likes, 9,000 retweets, because the truth is what resonates. The truth is what everyone wants. And when you report the truth, you will see people respecting that and wanting to see more of it, because quite simply, in a world of lies, that's the only thing that can continue to persist to hold us together and to make sure that the right decisions are being made. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip for you, and you tell me what you think of it.
Anything you want to say before I sentence you?
Not at this time.
Earlier in the hearing, Chauvin explained that he and his wife had financial concerns at the time, received significant funds from a family member to pay a previous year's taxes, and were playing catch up ever since.
There you have it. That is Derek himself, and he is answering questions not as to what happened with George. That is a completely separate issue they're going after him for. This is about quote unquote tax evasion. Apparently there was $30,000 or so he was behind on taxes. And that footage right there shows you this is not just about what happened with George. This is about proving a point and trying to make this man an example for other people rather than anything else. But we kind of already knew that the entire.
What the hell did he just say? What the hell did he just say? He sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage on coke. What did he just say? Why are you worried about him on a separate tax case with him and his old lady? How do you connect this to George Floyd, sir? DSB, it's not even white privilege. Him and his wife didn't pay taxes for like 2-3 years. And he was making extra income on the side. He never declared it. That was his own dumbass fault. His wife admitted it in open court during the case. Not the murder case, but the tax case. They admitted they never paid taxes for like 2 to 3 years. That's why they got so behind. That's what he got convicted on. This guy, Matt Wallace, is an idiot. He's trying to put together the fact that him and his wife didn't pay taxes for 2 to 3 years and trying to link it to make it seem like that the entire state was biased against this man, which had nothing to do with it. But he got more.
Our time, where it really starts to get crazy, is when you look at this guy right here. This is one of the other officers involved in the case. He was one of the ones who held George down. He only received 3.5 years compared to Derek, who received 22 years.
Okay, stupid. Correct. He held him down. He didn't have his knee on his neck and back. Idiot. Or did we not see the footage? Again, conservatives can't read. Why can't y'all read? It's not that hard. I know there's some big words there. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member, the link is there. Cool. It's only $1. It's only $1. But there you go, family. Ooh, I don't see what the problem is. Who cares? He got 3.5 years for assisting the killer. Sounds about right.
So we're talking about a difference of 7 times when both of them, based on this report, were equally involved in this. It's about dang time that we do have the truth on this, because I think that's important. And what it means is that Derek should have the same sentence, if we're going to be fair, as the other officer. There's
Conservatives, I told y'all again. I'm going to tell y'all again. You don't want to play this game. You don't want to play this game. We are not about to sit up here and conflate how much years somebody's supposed to get for murder. Y'all don't want to play that game. I'm going to tell you that right now, because y'all don't like us. And I mean black people. You don't like us. I don't think y'all would be too happy if a black person killed somebody and they only got 3 years for it. You'd be the first ones outside saying the law's got to change. Don't play this game. It doesn't, don't play this game. You don't want to play this game. Conservatives, you guys don't know how to play chess. I'm just going to warn y'all now. Y'all love saying that Trump was doing 4D chess and all this. Y'all don't know how to play 1D chess. Y'all can barely play checkers without cheating. I swear to God, y'all love complaining about these liberal cities and how they're letting people out on murder charges and all this. Now you want to play, they're only getting 3.5 years for a murder? Where's the incentive for people not to go take out the ops? .007 Spidey 2, hello. Let y'all tell it. Y'all get y'all waged. Let y'all tell it. Hey, y'all get to... Since y'all love using Chicago so much, I don't think y'all would like it too tough if you started reading stories out of Chicago, people getting killed, and the killer's only doing about 2 to 4 years. I don't think y'all would like that too tough. And we're not just talking about black folks. We talking about them Latinos. We talking about them white folk. We talking about them Asians. We talking about them Russians. I don't think y'all would like that too tough. See, conservatives love talking about the law and all this, and the law needs to work. And when it works in their favor, it works. When it don't work in their favor, it needs to be changed. Now you out here playing social police, trying to get the laws changed, and you're going to screw yourself. Hey, conservatives, idiots. Let me explain something to you. Y'all were bitching about them $87,000 IRS agents coming to take tax dollars out of y'all pocket, right? Do you know how much time you get for tax evasion? Would you like to tell me? Would you like to tell me, or would you want me to tell you how much time you get? Like to know? I'm finna tell y'all, because y'all are stupid. Y'all ready? Did you know that the average is 3 to 5 years? We're not even counting the fine. Let me get this right. 3 to 5 years. You're telling me that the way y'all are talking about Chauvin, he need to be released next year, next June, for killing a man, but let you miss a couple $1,000s on your tax returns or you don't declare it. You could even do it unintentionally, and you're telling me you need to go sit down longer. I don't think y'all want to play that game. And what makes it even worse is you listen to idiots like this and think that y'all are the smartest people in the room, and y'all are setting up your own demise. It's the same thing we tell these Biden sexuals. Stop listening to these liberals because they're going to get you killed. And they don't listen. Now your livelihoods are on the line and you have nobody to blame but yourselves. Conservatives, you listened to the wrong people all through 2020. Excuse me. And as a result, your livelihood is on the line. Whereas us who don't subscribe to any political or social ideologies, we listened to what we thought was the best idea. And we may not be in the ideal situation. We may not be millionaires, but we're comfortable. We're happy. Y'all are the ones online arguing all day. Y'all are the ones that every time you say something, you sound stupider than you did. Let's finish it off.
Absolutely no reason, based on this report, that one of them should get special treatment and the other one shouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. And at the end of the day, we need truth like this to continue to come out, because when people are using the justice system as a weapon rather than as a tool to actually have people pay for their crimes, then that's when it starts to get into dangerous territory. So make sure to subscribe with the notifications on. We right now have the #1 Twitter account in the world, or at least one of them, when it comes to exposing the truth. Right now, already up.
You mean the #1 Twitter account in the world at exposing how retarded conservatives are? What you're talking about? You're telling me that you're one of the top Twitter accounts to expose things on the internet when you're at Elon Musk show. Sir, you're a Dogecoin influencer. Why should I take you serious? Dogecoin hasn't been over 20 cents in years. Why should I take you serious? Y'all telling me I got to listen to this man. This is the man I got to listen to. This is the guy. Who created coin at a tank? This guy. This is who I'm supposed. This is who y'all saying is the guy. Oh, you conservatives, boy, y'all can't read. Y'all can't read. But he's not the only one, family. He's not the only one. I purposely made this thumbnail that you're seeing. I purposely made it like that because if I really iggyed who I was going to talk about, it wouldn't be no fun. Yes, sir. Yeah, but Coinbase just had to settle a lawsuit. So if you're on Coinbase, I would go find another exchange. Yes, Carlton, wait, hello. Yes, reading is fundamental, but it's fun for us and mental for them, but it is what it is. But I have a question. I have a question because I said he's not the only one that ran with that George Floyd narrative. Tabernacle. And when y'all see who this is, y'all gonna get upset. You be like, him again? Yep, him again. That's right, folks. You see the name on the screen. Boyce Watkins. You making Roland Martin look sane right now. That's not good. Excuse me. We must really be in the end of times because we haven't been cracking on Roland for weeks. This snake Negro, this snake oil salesman had the nerve to take Matt Wallace's tweet, screenshot it, put it in his app, and put this over it. Breaking news, George Floyd full autopsy release says no life-threatening injuries identified, reveals high levels of multiple additional toxic drugs on top of the fentanyl that was initially reported. Why didn't you add the coffee venereal disease in your statement, Boyce? Why didn't you do that? This is who he is, Carlton. This is who he is. This is why I've never trusted Boyce. This is who he is. Boyce is an opportunist. I'm going to show y'all what I mean in a little while. Boyce, why would you tweet this, sir? Why? For engagement? Your integrity was worth almost 160,000 views. That's how much your integrity was worth. Teslin Figueroa called you out, sir. Brother Dewan B called you out, sir. I called you out. Henrietta Snacks called you out. This young woman called you out. Sir, you got torched on this. Sir, we torched you. The bishop who you went at last week. Sir, what are we doing? Boyce, what are we doing? I'm surprised you didn't do a live about this. All right. Does no, that was Matt Wallace. He's a Dogecoin shill. He named his source. We're going to get to that, Cameron Jones. We're going to get to that. I do know that Boyce has trying to do his best friend being deleted by another black man, so he does have some resentment towards other brothers. That's not the point. The point is you have a platform and you have a responsibility to put out the correct information, especially as a black platform. This man has over 300,000 subscribers. Last I checked. Let me check again. Boyce is at 358,000 subscribers. Now his views are in the dirt, but still, you have 358,000. You have a responsibility to tell the truth. Sir, you over there retweeting and screenshot white supremacist tweets. You cannot do this. And then what made it worse, family, what made it worse This nigga had the nerve to do a documentary called B1. He had the nerve to do a documentary called B1. I did not make that up. That is not hyperbole. He literally did a B1 documentary. And this is no shot at the people that's in there. This is for boys. This man literally has a documentary coming out called B1. And you write a tweet like this. Then had the nerve to say, this is the George Floyd autopsy. What do you all think? No. Blacklight, this is not a grift. This is called George Floyd people may go see this man. What he just did is what the white supremacists do. Sow disinformation to create dangerous situations. This is dangerous what he did. At least the next person I'm going to show you at least had the wherewithal to take the damn tweet down. That's right. Fatlock did the same thing Boyce did, and he got called out for it. He took the tweet down. And he said the same exact thing Boyce said. And people ripped him apart for it. He took it down. At least he was smart enough because he knew he works for somebody. He had to take that down because he's going to bring heat on the blaze for no reason. Yes, sir. They do sound like the same white supremacists. But Boyce had the nerve to put this tweet up. Boyce, this ain't cool, sir. This is why people call you Moist Twatkins. But all right, boys, since you're one of those conservatives that can't read, excuse me, Tabernacle. We're on lawandcrime.com. They got a huge YouTube following. Hennepin County Medical Examiner Office autopsy report. What does the date say, family? There's your date. Date and hour of death. 5:25:20, 9:25 p.m. Date and hour of autopsy. 5:26:20 and 9:25 a.m. So 12-hour window. Pathologist Andrew M. Baker, MD. Here's the page they didn't show you guys because, you know, conservatives can't read. I think this page had way too many big words and plural words on there that they couldn't read this one. I'm going to help him. Since Boyce has a PhD in finance and not English, I'm going to help the critter out this morning. Here we go. Final diagnosis. 46-year-old man who became unresponsive while being restrained by law enforcement officers. He received emergency medical care in the field and subsequently in the Hennepin Healthcare Emergency Department, but could not be resuscitated. Number 1, because of course that screenshot had 3, and we all know 1 comes before 3, unless you're doing a countdown. Blunt force injuries. You couldn't read that, boys? Those 3 words were too hard for you? I get it. Injuries is a 3-syllable word. I get it. But you could have sounded it out. Hell, you could have highlighted the word and put it in Google. They have a little speaker button there. They would have pronounced it for you. You and Matt. What y'all should have done was y'all should have went to the Kumon Center, taken this document with you, and had one of those fine young men and women help you sound out these words. Maybe you would have understood it. But I'm going to help you. That right here, boys, is called the letter A. And this is called a period. Yeah. I know it's difficult. It's been years since you were in the classroom. I get it. We're going to help you. Cutaneous blunt force injuries of the forehead, face, and upper lip. Sounds like when he was thrown on the ground. B, mucosal injuries of the lips. Now, that could have been from the drug use. We don't know. Or him being assaulted. We're not sure. Cutaneous blunt force injuries of the shoulders, hands, elbows, and legs. Again, that could have been when he was thrown on the ground. Patterned contusions in some areas abraded of the wrist, consistent with restraints. Handcuffs, so that he had bruises on his wrists. Okay. Natural diseases. Arteriosclerotic heart disease, multifocals, severe. We knew this. Hypertensive heart disease. Left pelvic tumor. Now, this is the page they all put up. Comments. The finding of sickle appearing cells in many of the autopsy tissue sections prompted a hemoglobin S quantitation reported above. Well, that was the comments, right? Let's see. The body is that of a normally developed, muscular, adequately nourished, appearing 6 foot, 4 inch long, 223-pound male whose appearance is consistent with the reported age of 46 years. And let's see. That's probably just his. Them. Yeah, this is all like evidence of injury. Here we go. And why didn't you fucks put this up? Why didn't you put this up? Why didn't y'all put this up? Oh, because it's 2 different pages. Y'all didn't know how to screenshot 2 different pages. Okay, let's help you. We're going to read this because, again, these are big words. These are more than 3 syllables, so these are big words. So we're going to help you. Head and neck, 4-inch maximum dimension abraded red, black, purple contusion, lateral corner of left brow. Pinpoint red abrasion just left of the midline of the forehead. 6.5 centimeter maximum dimension red, black abrasion, left cheek. 0.6 centimeter maximum dimension red abrasion just inferior to the left corner of mouth. Maximum detention curvilinear red avulsion just superior to the right side of the upper lip. Look at this. Look at all these injuries. Why didn't y'all put this up? Neck, layer by layer dissection of the anterior strap muscles of the neck discloses no areas of contusion or hemorrhaging within the musculatal, whatever the hell that word is. Thyroid cartilage and hyoid bones are intact. The larynx is lined by intact mucosa. Thyroid is symmetric and red-brown without cystic or nodular change. The tongue is free of bite marks, hemorrhages, or other injuries. The cervical spinal column is palpably stable and free of hemorrhage. Why didn't you put all this up? Y'all could have easily just put the link there and have people read it. But I get it. Y'all used the actual ME report to say that he wasn't killed, right? That's what y'all did. Y'all thought y'all were funny. But here's the problem. See, the family paid for their own. Oh, yes, no, DSB. They forget that was early summer, late spring. They forgot that concrete can't be hot. They forgot about that. But Boyce and Matt and all these other conservatives forgot something. That's called the family paid for their own independent autopsy. What did the independent medical examiner say? Let's find out. Fair use.
The autopsy shows that Mr. Floyd had no underlying medical problem that caused or contributed to his death.
Remember when they said it was the drugs? Candace Owens said it. Tatum said it. ABL said it. Matt Wallace said it. Fatlock said it. I don't know if Boyce said it, but I'm not going to assume that. But all these damn conservatives said that. Remember? They said it was the drugs that killed him. The drugs killed him. Because them cops don't know what overdose looks like.
This is confirmed by information provided to Dr. Wilson and myself from the family. He was in good health. The compressive pressure of the neck and back are not seen at autopsy because the pressure has been released.
Say it again, Mr. White Man.
Of the neck and pressure of the neck and back are not seen at autopsy because the pressure has been released. The compressive pressure of the neck and back are not seen at autopsy because the pressure has been released. But
like a mattress, right, family? You lay on a mattress, and when you get up, it goes back to its original state. Does it not, family? When you put water in a balloon, does not the balloon expand? And then when you take the water out, it goes back to its original state. That's what matter does. Matter starts out at a certain point. When you add factors to it, it'll either expand or shrink. And when you get rid of those factors, it goes back to its original state. Oops. When you freeze water, it becomes ice, right? When you apply heat to it, or it melts, I should say, does it not go back to its original state? Oops. When water evaporates, doesn't not go into the air, become clouds, and then come back as water? Oops. Oh, they not ready for the they not ready for the 12 stanky leg. They not ready for that. Yes, he had a heart attack and COVID. He had a heart attack, COVID, and he got killed by a cop. Oh, these people. But we're gonna continue.
by the time the body comes to the medical examiner's office, it can only be seen serious compressive pressure on the neck and back can only be seen while the pressure is being applied, or when, as in this instance, it is captured on video. And in this instance, we can see after a little bit less than 4 minutes that Mr. Floyd is motionless, lifeless, and when the EMS arrived and put him on the stretcher without any CPR at that time, during the ambulance trip, He did not respond to CPR and did not respond to cardiac shock. The cause of death.
Question: what do you do CPR? What is the main purpose of doing CPR? It's to start the heart again, correct? So that was him. That was the independent. Y'all don't want to believe him though, right? All right. Y'all don't want to believe him. Tabernacle. Medical examiner who ruled George Floyd's death a homicide blames police pressure for his death. My opinion remains unchanged, said Dr. Andrew Baker, who ruled George Floyd's death a homicide. It's what I put on the death certificate last June. Let's hear what they said. This is MSNBC, these punks. Let's see what they said.
Here, a second bigger picture, and you just look at the totality of yesterday and today. You have a prosecution that's clearly not crazy about the medical examiner's testimony that's coming up. Have they done a good enough job, do you think, in framing this medical examiner's testimony in as best possible light as they can?
Yeah, the order of call of witnesses is really interesting, Chuck, but I think you hit the nail right on the head. You know, when I read the autopsy report of Dr. Baker many times, it raised as many questions for me as a former career homicide prosecutor as it answered. And I've prosecuted cases where I have put multiple medical examiners on the stand in my case in chief. But what I always did is I called the medical examiner who performed the autopsy first, and then I had other medical examiners supplement his or her testimony. But when you look at the autopsy report of Dr. Baker, he says things like, and I quote, he found no life-threatening injuries. He also says that he found no injuries to the neck of George Floyd, either externally or internally. You know what? A defense attorney can make a lot of mischief with those kind of findings that are included in an autopsy report. So rather than put Dr. Baker on and have him have to explain all of this and then put other experts on after him to, I hesitate to use the term, play cleanup, but you know, they're putting all of the other experts on first to basically explain what the jury is going to hear from Dr. Baker and why all of it taken together is a criminal homicide. And, you know, I have to give a shout out to Dr. Chauvin, who in all of the expert witnesses I put on over the years, I don't know, including Dr. David Fowler, I put on. He was my expert in multiple cases. He's going to be the defense expert forensic pathologist. He's very accomplished and he's a very strong.
And that was the same Dr. Tobin who said that what Chauvin did, he did not attribute to that man dying.
Testifying witness. But Dr. Tobin really gave the jury the 1, 2, 3 of the cause of death here. One was cardiopulmonary arrest, heart and respiration stopped. But more importantly, what we don't get from Dr. Baker's autopsy is the number 2. Why did he suffer cardiopulmonary arrest? Because of the low level of oxygen available to George Floyd. And the 3, what caused the low level of oxygen? The restraint that I would call unlawful restraint.
There you go. Hey, they said that on MSNBC. Y'all don't believe that, right? Because I know conservatives don't like MSNBC, right? Y'all don't like that, right? I get it. Y'all heard about the what they call it? Bell Biv DeVoe, and y'all thought y'all were medical scientists in a year. Hmm. 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 Made me think. Tabernacle. How your heart and lungs work together. These two vital organs are partners in keeping you alive. Problems in one can cause problems with the other. Exactly. I tell you, black light, they can't read. What does this say? Your heart and your lungs are neighbors in your chest, and they have a very close working relationship. Together, they help sustain all the cells in your body, delivering oxygen-rich blood to your organs and getting rid of carbon dioxide. So closely tied are their functions that when something is wrong with one of the organs, it affects the other too. Let's look at the role that each organ plays and how they work together. What exactly does the heart do? Your heart is the fist-sized organ that powers your circulatory system, a network of blood vessels that measures more than 60,000 miles and carries a steady supply of about 1.5 gallons of blood through your body in an ongoing cycle. The heart basically helps the rest of the body to nourish itself, a cardiologist at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City said. I ain't even finna try to pronounce that name. Ashita Dewivity. Okay, whatever. The heart has 4 chambers through which blood passes. The right atrium and left atrium are the 2 upper canals, and the right and left ventricles are the lower chambers. System of valves opens and closes as the heart beats, regulating the flow of blood in and out of each chamber and keeping it from flowing backwards. The blood supports the oxygen. You guys know all that. The lungs are the primary organ in your respiratory system. When you breathe, your lungs take in oxygen, expel waste gases like carbon dioxide in a process called gas exchange. The lungs deliver oxygen into your blood. Oxygenated blood travels to your heart, which then pumps oxygen-rich blood to the rest of the body. Blood travels to and from the heart and lungs in 2 loops or circuits, the systemic loop and the pulmonary loop. Blood travels out of the heart through a network of smaller and smaller arteries, delivering blood to every cell in your body. That's the systemic loop. Pulmonary loop. Once back in your lungs, your blood travels through capillaries, which are blood vessels that line the walls of the alveoli. Your blood gives off carbon dioxide, a waste product, and picks up a fresh supply of oxygen from the alveoli. It then enters the pulmonary veins and travels back to the heart. This passage of blood from the heart through the lungs and back to the heart is called the pulmonary loop or circuit. And here's the symptoms of heart and lung problems: dizziness, exercise intolerance, shortness of breath, swelling in the legs. Now, we're not going to say George Floyd was the healthiest person, but we're looking at that and we say to ourselves, yeah, having a knee on your neck and back did not help. Oh, black light. In middle school, I had to write out an entire chapter of a nursing textbook. Derek Chauvin killed that man, and y'all were really trying to say it was the drugs. When the same damn medical examiners did his toxicology report and concluded that even though he had a fatal level of fentanyl and other drugs in his body, that did not kill him. That was just a contributing factor. Quick Stanfield, hello. But you conservatives, once again, y'all can't read. It's not that hard. I read it for you. A little difficult with some of these words. But by and large, how did I figure this out? Matter of fact, and if there was such a problem, why didn't you call for the medical examiner to be charged with perjury? I didn't hear none of this. Oops. Wait a minute. I'm going to do you a favor. We're going to go to Fox. Oh, yes. We're going to go to Fox because y'all trust Fox. What does this say, family? In one memorandum filed May 26, after a virtual meeting with Baker, the attorney's office said Baker concluded the autopsy revealed no physical evidence suggesting that Mr. Floyd died of asphyxiation. Baker told the attorney his investigation was incomplete pending a toxicology report. That was May 26th. The other memorandum filed June 1st by the attorney office, because remember, June 26th was the initial autopsy. Baker said Floyd's level of fentanyl was pretty high and a potentially fatal level. Dr. Baker said that if Mr. Floyd had been found dead in his home or anywhere else, then there were no other contributing factors, he would conclude that it was an overdose death. Remember, conservatives told you that he OD'd while Chauvin had his foot on his neck and back. Well, his knee on his neck and back. Remember, they told you this. He overdosed on the ground. Y'all don't believe me. Don't believe me. Y'all don't believe me. Tabernacle. Y'all didn't believe me. I know you did, but I just want to do dramatic effect. You don't believe me. Stu Peters, conservative. Friendly reminder, autopsy concludes George Floyd died from overdose, had no life-threatening injuries. What the fuck do you think an overdose is? Blacklight, will you please educate these people, please? I kind of want you to say it live, but I don't know if you're busy. But please tell the folk an overdose is a life-threatening injury. George Floyd was complaining that he couldn't breathe long before Officer Chauvin had him on the ground. This man did not die from being restrained on the pavement with a knee on his neck. He died from drug overdose. Saying otherwise is gaslight. Free Derek Chauvin. So somebody's telling you that they can't breathe. They don't feel right. Your response is to put your knee on their neck and back. Hey, somebody's having a heart attack. Let's not go get them aspirin. Let's not do that until we can get them to the hospital. Let's not do that. Let's do that. I was a pretty good science student. Blacklight, they can't answer that question. This is like, you know what? This might be the equivalent of asking a conservative to define woke. I would love for a conservative to explain and define what an overdose is. I would love for them to do that. The man said he don't feel right, and your response is to put him on the ground and put your knee on his neck. Look at this. Shaniqua posting delusions, a troll page. His drug overdose. Because Derek Chauvin must have been John Cena, because according to these conservatives, we didn't see him put the knee on the back and neck. We didn't see this. The whole world didn't see this. Well, brother, you know they don't know nothing about no Narcan, man. They probably mainline that shit in their squad car. Facts. Oh, they don't know. No, they're gonna Google it live. And Carlton Wave, be like the conservatives. If you don't want to read, go watch go watch a season of ER. You'll learn a lot. But I love this shit. Look at this. May 25th again. Turns out Floyd died of an overdose of fentanyl. You stupid idiots. The shit came out 3 years ago. Look at this. 3 years ago it came out. George Floyd was a scumbag. They need to remove his statue and release the cop being held for drug overdose. Okay, conservatives, let me hit you with this that y'all are stupid and you can't read. I don't know if you know this. You do know you can be arrested if you don't help somebody when they overdose, right? You do know this if you're in the same vicinity. You do know this, right? I don't know if y'all know that. Now, this doesn't have to do with an overdose, but I just said, let me look up something real fast. Norfolk man convicted in 2-year-old scalding death sentence to 35 years. Probably saying, why are you going to do that? Look here. A Norfolk man was sentenced Friday to 35 years in prison for severely scalding his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter, then failing to seek medical help for her. So he caused it and didn't help. Refusing to assist the police officer. Now, these are other countries. United States. You can get in trouble for that. Every such peace officer or other person empowered to make the arrest shall have the same authority in arresting the accused to command assistance therein as peace officers have by law in the execution of any criminal process directed to with like penalties against those who refuse their assistance. If you're in a home and somebody ODs and you don't do nothing and they can prove you did nothing, you just sat there and watched them OD, you can get charges on you. Well, Blacklight, remember, they tried to, they were going after the EMTs too. Remember the liberals tried to say that the EMTs just stood there, but remember the cops stopped the EMT from going there. Hey, conservatives, why didn't you put this up? Hey, all my medical professionals, Is it not true that if you're put face down, your breathing is inhibited? I had already assessed that Floyd was in an altered state of consciousness, and what I needed to know if he had a pulse. She described how Floyd was lying motionless. He wasn't moving. He was cuffed. And 3 grown men putting all their weight on somebody is too much. Hey, liberals. And well, this is, we're going to get on y'all one day, but hey, conservatives, why didn't you put this up? How many of y'all really talked about this? Huh? How many of y'all? How many of y'all played this portion of the trial? His face was smashed into the ground, hence the contusions they found. It appeared swollen to me. Hansen said then Officer Tothal said something along the lines of, if you really are a Minneapolis firefighter, you would know better than to get involved. Thal and the other officers blocked her from providing the kind of medical care she has been trained to give. Here's her 911 call. Hello, I'm on the block of 30th in Chicago, and I literally watch police officers not take a pulse and not do anything to save a man, and I'm a first responder myself, and I literally have it on video. I just happen to be on a walk. She told the court that she regretted waiting so long to call, and that she should have acted more quickly. I should have called 911 immediately, but I didn't. When things calmed down, I realized that I wanted them to know what was going on. I wanted to basically report it. Nelson noted that Hansen's training as an EMT was not equal to that of a paramedic. What's the point? She could still have saved that man's life with CPR. Nelson said he also tried to get her to admit that if she would try to put out a fire with an angry crowd around her, she may become distracted, but Hansen refused to agree. Have you ever had a citizen start to yell at you while fighting a fire? What if there were 12 people yelling at you, telling them what you were doing it wrong? You wouldn't be distracted by that? She said, like I said, I know my job and I'm confident in my job and what I do and what needs to be done in my training, so I would continue to do that. I don't know if you've seen anybody being killed, but it's upsetting. You will not argue with the court. But yeah, she had training to at least prolong that man's life a little bit longer. Nah. He got denied that. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Excited delirium. Agitated delirium is a controversial diagnosis, sometimes characterized as a potential fatal state of extreme agitation and delirium. It's typically diagnosed post-mortem in young adult males, disproportionately black men who are physically restrained at time of death, most often by law enforcement personnel. Symptoms are said to include aggressive behavior, extreme physical strength, and hypothermia. It's not listed in the DSM manual or the ICD. It's not recognized by the World Health Organization, the APA, the AMA, the AAEM, or the National Association of Medical Examiners. It is accepted primarily by the American College of Emergency Physicians. Excited delirium is particularly associated with taser use. It had been listed in the factors and autopsy reports in 2017 investigative report by Reuters, court records or other sources, and at least 276 deaths that follow taser use since 2000. Manufactured by the firm Axon, the makers have been involved in police training in its use, publishing of numerous medical studies which promote their product and other promotional activities. And they also do body cams. Hmm. 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 But yeah. But he wouldn't kill. The drugs did him in. The drugs. The drugs did him in. It was the drugs' fault. Chauvin needs to go home because it was the drugs. Chauvin did nothing wrong. He was helping someone who needed assistance. Well, they won't do that. I just find it funny that conservatives can't read. And yet they're so dumb that they're going to sit up here and think that they're the smartest people in the room. This is, would y'all like to see an example of the dumb conservative, or what I like to call the dumb conservative? Would y'all like to see examples of the dumb conservative? Tabernacle. Y'all remember this? If you don't, we're going to have fun with it. Fair use.
Barack Obama had big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
Why do you think Barack Obama wasn't in the Oval Office on 9/11?
That I don't know. We'd like to get to the bottom of that. We don't
Blacklight said, excitable delirium was listed as a reason why Chauvin used excessive force. Now, excitable delirium is a medical diagnosis. How can a cop diagnose it without a medical degree and a board certification? What is it they say on there? He was agitated. Don't they always say that? And we had to restrain him because he was so agitated. Yeah. Yeah. We got more.
even know if he's a citizen.
Yeah, if you don't look at the birth certificate, there's almost no evidence there.
Exactly.
So there's nothing Barack Obama could do to prove that he was born here.
If there was maybe witnesses that were attendants at his birth.
Like his mother? Would you listen to his mother?
No. She has motivation to lie.
So you don't trust?
His mother, whose cooter he popped out of, has an incentive to lie. I mean, we know she was a CIA agent, but still.
Donald Trump's birth certificate either.
Yeah, because he's been here forever.
Well, how do you know? But what's your proof?
Well, his parents and.
But they're biased. I'm talking about like people who could be in the
Why
room.
would they be biased?
Well, like I'm just using your logic against you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hear the first one again.
Barack Obama had big part of 9/11.
Which part?
Not being around, always on vacation, never in the office.
Why do you think Barack Obama wasn't in the Oval Office on 9/11?
That I don't know. We'd like to get to the bottom of that. We don't.
I want y'all to take a good look at that face. That's Matt Wallace. That's Boyce Watkins. That's Jason Fatlock. That's Candace Owens. That's Officer Tatum. That's ABL. That's the Black Conservative Perspective. That's the Hood Conservative. That is Kenny Akers. And the next person I'm going to talk to before I get up out of here, this is Laverne Spicer. These are the idiots who have these big ass platforms, but somehow you read their tweets and you get dumber. This is them. And then they got the nerve to think when you try to challenge them, then it's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like this asshole. So Laverne Spicer is another one of these conservatives. She's trying to run for Florida. Okay, fine. This dumb broad decided to put this up yesterday. Says, this is Tyler Perry's $100 million estate in Georgia. Tell me again how black people are oppressed in America. Ladies and gentlemen, I need this explained to me. I got an open black light. Yeah, we can add them too. Leo, Terrell, and Larry Elder. We can add them too, but I want to focus on this Laverne Spicer idiot. You're going to use a black man who spent years trying to get into Hollywood, who slept in his car while writing the Medea plays, who got a cosign from Oprah, and then his plays took off. And he parlayed that into a successful career, and to the point where he bought BET, and now he has $100 million estate. You're going to use this as a justification to say that black people need to pick themselves up by your bootstraps. A man who is entrenched in Hollywood, who so much was entrenched in Hollywood, he didn't like what was going on. So he built Hollywood on the East Coast in Atlanta, which is what they call Black Hollywood, and opened up a market where, hell, one of the biggest movie studios in the world, Marvel Studios and Disney, filmed their shows down here in Fayetteville. Where if you go in a certain section of Atlanta any day of the week, you're going to see trucks and trucks and trucks and trucks of movie equipment. People filming in Atlanta. You're going to use one person's success to demonize the rest of the race. Let's see what she got. And here's her stupid. Let's hear what she said. She has a 3-minute and 14-second ad. Let's see. God, she looked like a man. Where did she get this crunchy wig from? Let me tell y'all something. She looked like Mother Love, my G. Who remember Mother Love from Forgive or Forget? She looked like Mother Love, and Oprah did the fusion dance. Where did she get this crunchy wig from? Ma'am, you love America so much you couldn't iron your flag. Oh, we're going to get the roasted today.
We have a president that is currently in office that apparently does not care at all about this country. He is sending billions and billions of dollars to the Ukraine to take care of their country, and nothing for the American people that have worked all of their life, paying tax.
Lives, ma'am. Lives. People is a plural word. People is plural for person. If your subject is pluralized, your predicate should be pluralized. If you're doing a word that is associated with them, like lives. If your subject is whole and your predicate is part, yeah, your predicate should be pluralized, whether as the noun or the adjective. But I get it. It's the crunchy wig that's messing up your brain. Your synapses aren't firing off as quick as they should be. I get it. It's the crunchy wig. I guess they ain't got enough Sally's where you are at in Florida. I get it. Little alligator piss. You know, it'll help poof up the crunchy wig. But you got more. Go ahead.
Taxes. Many of them are homeless right now, staying in the streets. I operate a food bank here in South Florida, and I am Laverne Spicer.
Ooh, so you're in South Florida. So you where the Cubans are at. Let me see. Florida 22nd. What do you cover, man? Let's find out. Holy shit. Holy shit. Would you like to see the 22nd congressional district? Would you like to see this? Would you like to see this? I'm going to show you all this. So she wants to represent Palm Beach, West Palm Beach, Boynton Beach, and Delray Beach, as well as unincorporated Palm Beach County. Previously, well, this was just redistricted, but before it was from Fort Lauderdale to Boca Raton. She wants to run all this. All right, say less. Do your thing.
And I have seen firsthand the effects of his policies that are taking place and how they are affecting everyday working people.
What did she just
of his policies that are taking place and how they are affecting everyday working people.
Okay.
And I am so sick and tired of this woke culture. I'm sick of these open borders.
Woke culture. Ma'am, can you define woke? Well, damn. No, Blacklight. That's true, though. But she's also the type to light her grill right next to the house and then wonder why the siding's black.
I'm sick of them putting drag queens in our school system.
Ma'am, last I checked, and I could be wrong with this. I could be wrong with this. I don't remember hearing drag queen story hour in Florida. I couldn't help. I could be wrong. I could be wrong because I seem to remember them canceling it. And I was right. I was right. You worried about something that don't even help in your that doesn't even happen in your state. Interesting. All right, go ahead, Crunchy Wig.
In different places where they don't belong. And God knows I'm sick of seeing these men that are supposed to be a woman that are on these magazine covers. And
I think she's upset that she finally found a man that looks better than her. And she don't like that.
competing in women's sports. This should not be allowed in this country. And that is
this country. She finally said something that we can agree with. This is a country. Who woke up the side of my house? My side is not niggers. My side is not supposed to be nigger colored. It's supposed to be off white. That's when she flipped her hair, you know, the crunchy wig. She too old for OnlyFans, so she hates on black people to get a bag. Oh, we may explore that.
So why I'm running for Congress here in the United States. I am a conservative candidate. I'm running in District 22 against.
Damn, she almost forgot what district she running from.
Lois Frankel. She is part of the establishment, and the establishment has dumping tons and tons of money into her campaign. That is a D+6 district. It is a swing district. It is a winnable district. And that's why I'm here. I'm asking you for your support. I am going to go door to door and talk to people because I'm not afraid of people. And I am a fighter. And I will fight hard for this country because we need people in Congress that are American.
Not with them nails. Not with them nails. Sorry, that was a crunchy wig. My bad.
Are American first, and that actually happen to care about what's taking place currently in this country. I'm asking you to support me, support my campaign, and make a donation to the campaign. It does not matter how much, because every dollar counts. And I cannot do this without your
counts. Every dollar counts. Every dollar counts. Ma'am, you don't do well with donations. You really don't. But all right.
Support. I am here for you. I support you. I support this country. And we need people that are not afraid to stand up and fight and make a change take place to all this stupidity that's going on right now. So I am Laverne Spicer. Follow my page, make a contribution, and help me win this race.
Beat it. Wash your ass.
And folk, them white people lost their mind.
Which is what I'm going to say if they elect her. You got to be kidding. Ma'am, me watching that, I'm not even convinced. I'm not convinced. You did not sway me. You didn't sway me. Laverne Spicer, I got a question. I seriously have a question. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. Ma'am, can you explain this to us right here? Explain this to us right quick. You spend $8 outside of your campaign, $8. $8.
You got to watch these old niggas. You got to watch these old niggas.
Burn Spicer, you don't do too well with you don't do too well with raising money. Shit, it's so low they don't even want to pick you up. What did you spend in 2020, ma'am? Let's see. What did you spend? You spent almost $35,000. You only had $64 on hand, ma'am. What is going on? What happened? Ma'am, you trying to play up to MAGA and you can't even get them to open their pocketbook for you. They can't even open their pocketbook for you. They'd rather go to Wendy's for the 4 for $4 than give you money. Now, Frederica Wilson is a full-fledged coon. She's a full-fledged sandbag. But at least they gave her money. You trying to run again for the third time. Ma'am. GOP challenger matches Frederica Wilson in Q4 fundraiser, but trails far behind in on-hand cash. They didn't even care. The white man destroyed you. Republican Laverne Spicer matched Wilson blow for blow in fundraising, but ended Q4 with less than 1% of Wilson's war chest. She got $55,000. That's Frederica Wilson in the fourth quarter of 2021, bringing the war chest to $495,000. She looks to defend her seat represented Florida's 24th congressional district. Her sole Republican opponent, Laverne Spicer, all but matched her blow for blow in the fundraising department with more than $54,000 collected over the same period. But thanks to healthy spending, Spicer, Democratic challenger Christine Olivo, both who challenged Wilson in 2020 together, hold less than 1% of what Wilson did on New Year's Day. While Wilson accepted nearly 24 individual contributions, some as low as $25, the preponderance of her Q4 gains came from political committees, trade groups, and corporate donors. Oh, well, damn. Sheet Metal Workers International Association gave her $3,000. The NFL Players Association, International Union of Allied Trade, Machinist Nonpartisan Political League, and American Foundation of State, County, and Municipal Employees each gave $2,500. The goddamn NFL believes in Frederica Wilson, the sandbag, more than you. National Air Traffic Controllers Association donated $1,500. Smart TD, which represents sheet metal, air, rail, and transportation workers, gave $1,000. Progressive Turnout Project, $5,000. A PC back in the Congressional Black Caucus donated $1,500. Navy gave her money. Student loans. By the way, the student loans are going to restart. And by the way, 2 Democrats sided with the Republicans. So there's that. Spicer, who is running to expose the lies on the left and end the Democrats' destruction of Black America. Okay. Ended 2021 with less than $7,000 in her campaign bank account. Her gains last quarter were almost exclusively grassroots, with individual contributions from repeat donors coming in as low as $5. Huh. It was so bad she had to give herself $7,000. She had to pay London-based Arsenal Media Group for media consulting. She had to pay money to Republican political consultant Joey Manarino for campaign management. They just putting all your business out there. She also spent nearly $1,200 on campaign clothing at Ross Dress for Less and DD discounts and another $700 on what? I ain't hating. I ain't hating. I ain't hating. So that fit that she had on, is this from Ross? Is this the Ross fit? Ross Dress for Less fit? But you're going to save Black America. You're going to save Black America. You're going to save Black America. She's going to save Black America.
Who cares?
She wants to be the one to save Black America. I'm sorry, I'm crying.
Free my people. No. Free my people. Free my people. No.
She's gonna save Black America.
Where the fuck have you been?
Carlin, wait, I didn't say Ross didn't have no good stuff. I ain't say all that. I just wouldn't have admitted that. They went, fam, Frederica Wilson is a female, correct? I'm sure she identifies as a woman. Did you see that article put up where she gets her fits from? Her clothes. Did you see this? What the young kids say her Riz. Did you see her get any of did they tell her business? They went in your balance sheet and said she went to Ross Dress for Less.
Oh my God, bro. We gonna keep this? Nigga.
She can't be serious. Ma'am. Is this another Ross fit? Now, did you go into the women's section or did you go into the clearance rack? Because you know they got the clearance rack right in the middle of the floor. Maybe this was from Burlington Coat Factory. You know, they're more than gray coats. At least she got some with normal nails hair. Ma'am, I have a question. If you're trying to run for Congress, where's your issues? Where are they? All you have is a donation. Where are your issues? What are you fighting for? Why should I care? I don't want to vote for you.
Oh my God, bro. We gonna keep this? Nigga.
Laverne Spicer. Someone really needs to teach failed GOP candidate Laverne Spicer what pronouns are. She don't know what pronouns are? Bruh. This is too easy. This is like doing a video on Anton. This is too easy. This is way too easy. You can't be serious, ma'am. Ma'am, I would just end this. This ain't gonna end well for you. This is not gonna end well for you. That was McFact. That was on the Ask Wifey podcast. I think that's the name of it. And her wig fell off. And that became a legendary meme. So I said, I got to add it. Hey, we don't know if she did, but if she did, that might be cool. She could probably win on that. Maybe. So Laverne, you don't know what pronouns are. Cool. I'm honestly surprised that Republican U.S. House candidate Laverne Spicer lost her primary last month because she seems to have everything modern conservatives want in an elected official. She's a black cheerleader for white nationalism. Jesus. Second sentence and she's going in. Whoever this is. Who wrote this? Zach Lindley. Oh, Lord. Is he white? Let's see. He could be white. Okay, we're going to have to do it like this. I'm going to see if he's white. Search. Oh, no, he's black. Okay, say less. My bad. I forgot news one is black, but you never know. Diversity hires and all that. Anyway, he worked for the HuffPost, by the way. She parrots right-wing talking points with no original thoughts of her own, and she's demonstrably unintelligent and willfully ignorant regarding social issues. She's basically Herschel Walker's house Negro of the Dragon co-star. She's Candace Owens' stunt double. God damn. She's Jason Whitlock's sunk-in-place roommate. She's Ben Carson's human alarm clock. She's Clarence Thomas' spare gavel. And to put the icing on this, Sambo's sister for Republican Black Friends cake. Nigga.
Oh my God, bro. We gonna keep this? Nigga.
He ain't holding back on her. Go ahead. Laverne Spicer doesn't appear to know what pronouns are. You'll never catch me using pronouns. Now, clearly, Spicer is expressing her transphobic reaction to transgender and non-binary folks, simply asking people to respect their preferred pronouns. Unfortunately for Spicer, English nerds everywhere, she doesn't seem to understand that pronouns exist outside of the paradigm of transness and non-binariness. She doesn't even seem to understand that pronouns are part of grammar. Stop teaching kids pronouns and start teaching them grammar. McFack, you're going to be very disappointed. Trust me, I looked into her. You're going to be very disappointed. She's one of them that just parrot things she hears because people know it's going to get engagement. She's just like these YouTubers who switched up during 2020. Her tweet about black people should have been a very big indicator of what she talks about. She's the same one saying she held people for 20 years at a food bank, which included black people, and she had the nerve to bring up black people in regards to Tyler Perry and where he lives. You don't believe me. You don't believe me. I figured you wouldn't. We're still on her page. The 25,000 black people out here at the Haitian Compass Festival last night most certainly did not get the NAACP's memo about how dangerous Florida is for black people. These black people on a yacht in Florida must not have gotten the NAACP's memo that they are in severe danger about being in Florida. Run, y'all, run. Joe Biden is sparking a war between black people and illegals. I can only laugh. Black people helped put Biden in office. Black people gave Biden the power to elevate illegal aliens above themselves. Black people gave Biden the power to channel resources away from themselves. Because black bisexuals represent black America. Yeah. See what I mean? See what I mean? She got killed for this one right here. She got killed for the tweet about Tyler Perry. Translate, I too can carry the word to make baseless comments lacking critical thought, assert that one black man's success is indicative of opportunities afforded all black people in spite of known historical systemic barriers in place to avert success. Please fund my campaign. This is who y'all want. This is who you think South Florida wants representing them. And this is her base, because athletes and entertainers who represent 1% of the population of black people, probably even less, they're supposed to end poverty. Then I have to ask the question, then why didn't the majority of white people who are insanely rich, why don't they help that one county in Kentucky get out of poverty and being the #1 welfare county in the country? But y'all don't want to ask them kind of questions because, white people tell you mind your business. And that's going to hurt your little coon heart because you want white acceptance. Well, damn. Somebody said she's the size of 2 black people. Well, damn. This one belongs to Oprah. I'm not trying to get into a whole normal people race wage debate, but when it comes to the rich, many black people are doing just as good as any other group. Must be nice to be in that top 1%, regardless of what your skin color is. Black people are not going to vote for you. That's Laverne. Laverne Spicer and her campaign.
Who cares?
She needs to go somewhere. I'm about done with her. She's not worth it anymore. Yeah. Again, conservatives can't read. They can't read books. They can't read autopsy reports. They can't even read tweets. And now they can't even read the room. It's a damn shame, too, because they should be a powerful force to help black people get what they need, because they can talk that jargon that them white conservatives talk. Up under white conservatives, then actually help out their community, and then blame us because they're in situations that we can't even get opportunities to fail at. They love them some MLK until it's time to really be MLK and be out there. Interesting. Well, I hope you guys learned something today, because I feel stupid. The reason I feel stupid is because I had to go back, figure out, and explain to conservatives, hey, you dummies, those autopsies are 2 to 3 years old. They've been out there. You literally just proved to us that unless Fox News or The Blaze or Breitbart tell you what's going on in the world, you won't go look for it yourself. So y'all play the grift game. Y'all are seriously out here lobbying for people to free Derek Chauvin for killing a man, when the whole world saw the video. The whole world saw the video of that man getting killed, and y'all still want to sit up here and say that Chauvin needs to be freed. Okay. The white voting bloc is going to doom us all. Damn. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all coming through. Take care. Stay safe. And y'all know what to do when the agitators of peace come to mess up your existence.